Alright, so, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, it's finally over, and, yeah, no, this is not looking good. Disney Plus really killed Star Wars, because the sad thing is about Skeleton Crew is that it's a perfectly fine show. I think it was a good show. It's nothing amazing, but whenever you see the discourse online about this show, nobody watched it, like, at all. And I'm not saying that's like a huge problem. I mean, like, not every show needs to be like, like this big, like talked about, like, popular show. But for a Star Wars show, that's honestly sad. Like, I knew Star Wars was like on the decline, but if you're in a case like this, that is like, wow. And I would just want to tell you now, this video is not talking about like Skeleton Crew, although if you want like a brief thing, I think this is like a 6 out of 10. This is like, like Star Wars but in space, Space Goonies. It's very lighthearted, fun characters. I like Jude Law. I like the fact that he actually stays a bad guy and doesn't like change his mind like every show would do. I think that's pretty good. But in terms of this, I think Skeleton Crew was ruined for a lot of major reasons, and this is why Star Wars was killed by Disney Plus. And the first reason everyone's going to mention, and I can very much admit too, was Acolyte. That destroyed Star Wars. Just like how Solo was destroyed by The Last Jedi, Acolyte was basically The Last Jedi for this show. Because after Rise of Skywalker, I feel like Disney Plus was just like where Disney just decided to drop everything Star Wars related just because The Mandalorian was popular. And while I like Mandalorian, I feel like the reason why a lot of people liked that show, and being in mind, I'm talking about like season 1, maybe 2, was because it was a lower stakes show. It was just small, weekly Western adventures, and it had a small scale. Now, after Rise of Skywalker, like I mentioned, they were like, oh shoot, we can't have a Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, we can't have a Boba Fett movie, we need to turn them into TV shows. Well, guess what happens whenever you turn them into TV shows? They're lower budget, they're expanded upon, they have too many subplots that don't matter, and they turn into garbage. Like, I've seen people basically turn the Obi-Wan Kenobi show into a movie. And it's not even the fact that it would do better as a movie, I think it really would just be better as a movie, but it's the fact that you have to stretch out the plot into 6 episodes and not just one movie where you could have the budget just into that. But being the fact that Rise of Skywalker was so bad, Disney just felt so afraid and just put it on their streaming shows. And it's not even the fact that they were stretched out into TV shows, like that already alone is a problem, but it's the fact that these are like high stakes adventures. These are like, like something that should be put onto the big screen. Like, I feel like the reason why people like Mandalorian is like what I stated before, that they are low stake adventures. They're not meant to be watched like on the big screen, even though now apparently Mandalorian is getting a movie, and that is just that it's hilarious to me. And that's why I think I like Skeleton Crew, is because it's a lower stakes adventure. You don't have Ewan McGregor or Darth Vader or like Hayden Christensen on screen. You just have lower, small stakes adventures that in the grand scheme of things don't matter. And being in mind you, I think Disney Plus Star Wars has had some really good moments. Not like outstanding, nothing compared to the movies, but I do think that they have done some solid work. But I think it's very apparent to them that they can't keep doing this, and they have realized that Disney Plus is actively hurting them. And it's honestly, it's not even funny at this point. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's really about it. It's just the fact that Skeleton Crew is really, it's not like that good. It's good enough to where it shouldn't be ruined by countless years of mismanagement. It's honestly a really decent show, and I encourage you to watch it if you just want to see some like fun, lighthearted Goonies adventures. That's really about it. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hell, may the force be with you.